Hey there guys, this is Piper here and welcome to another Rome Total video. So this is a competitive replay from round 3 of the Great Games tournament. This is between GREEK-IRAKLIS versus HoS Aragon. So if you're watching the videos up to now, the score is actually 3-1 in favour of the Greek side. Aragon has to win the next 2 games in order to draw the round and force a deciding 7th battle. So this is CWB 15k per player, Seleucid Empire versus Pontus. So we'll check out the armies fast before the battle actually starts. IRAKLIS has gone for 5 units of Silver Shield Legionnaires. They are gold attack probably. They're definitely 3 upgrades. 1 unit of Silver Shield Pikemen. They are gold. That's actually the gen right there. 6 archers gold. 4 chariots. And 4 units of militia cavalry gold. So a fairly balanced army. He hasn't gone for gold on legionnaires, but he has that extra unit of pike, which might be quite useful versus the chariots. So check out Aragon's army. 2 units of chariot archers. They are gold attack. Yep, gold attack. 2 units of Pontus cavalry, gold. 4 chariots, 1 peasant, 5 units of bronze shields gold, 6 archers gold. So virtually everything's gold except the chariot archers and the peasants. So moving forward, the chariot archers, IRAKLIS has put forward a unit of Javcav. They're really there just to push back the chariot archers. However, against the Pontus cavalry 1 versus 1, the Pontus cavalry are actually better than the Seleucid Javcav. And he's also got a unit of side chariots here as well. So IRAKLIS is moving forward his infantry, got his pike there as well, and Aragon's going to pull back his chariot archers. Moving forward the archers as well. Basically just wants to close the gap on Pontus. So in this battle, Pontus gets the 6 archers, but he also gets the 2 units of chariot archers. So it's kind of in IRAKLIS' interest to engage early, try and gain the advantage, which sort of nullifies the chariot archers. The more time these guys have to run around and shoot arrows, the more kills they actually get, and gives Aragon the advantage in that situation. So Aragon's going to pull back his chariot archers, pull back his light cav and his 5 chariots in the centre. IRAKLIS is going to push forward with his melee troops. He's got a unit of chariots right there. He's got a unit of Javcav. It's going to be an engagement here between the 5 chariots. And a little bit dangerous here for that unit of Javcav. Aragon's going to catch that unit of militia cavalry with his 2 units of Pontus Light. They're better anyway 1 versus 1, and they're going to rout. The chariot battle, IRAKLIS is probably going to win this. He's got extra troops coming up here, which will probably freak out the Pontic side chariots. So they are actually routing right there. They're down to 4 and they're quite close to the red line. So most likely they're going to rout off the field. The chariot that is left for Seleucid Empire, they're actually 4 in number. Provided these guys don't actually run amok, they will still be quite useful, but 1 versus 1 after the chariot battle, or chariot engagement, the chariot that's actually left over has lost a lot of his hit points. It lost some morale as well, and lost troops as well, so that's actually running amok right there. So even though that was like 1 versus 1, the chariot that's actually left over isn't going to last too long. That's actually running amok. Aragon's going to pull back his army to left hand side, making sure he actually faces IRAKLIS. Doesn't want to engage side on archers, wants to make sure his army is facing forward. So the key thing here is IRAKLIS' melee troops are fairly tired. They've actually done a lot of running. They ran over here which kind of helped push back the chariot archers. The chariot archers have actually wasted some of their arrows, but if you check out the stats on the bronze shields, they are fresh. These guys are winded, which will give the bronze shields quite a big advantage in melee combat. And again, that unit of chariots that's actually running amok, Iraklis is going to have to watch that these guys don't run through too many troops. A couple of archers is okay, but if they run through the light cav, it's going to be very bad news for those units. Because chariots that run amok do almost just as much damage to their own troops as the enemy. So we're going to keep this on double speed. This is quite a long battle. Obviously it's very important that Aragon wins both games. So not making any big mistakes, making sure everything's done properly. It's quite a long battle, so we'll keep on double speed. The chariot archers are on both flanks now. And they're going to go for shots versus the chariots right there. Versus the archers right there rather. And keeping 2 units of Pontus light cavalry just in case that unit of Jav cav comes out to attack. Same amount of chariots per player. Each player's lost 1 unit of Civ chariots. However, Aragon does have the 2 Pontus light cavalry and the 2 chariot archers. That unit of Jav cav actually came back from routing. That's actually down to 7. Looks like Iraklis is actually resting that unit over there, or he's actually, yeah, keeping that unit back there. That will be quite useful versus enemy archers towards the end. Both players are moving closer together. Those archers were actually firing versus that unit of chariots right there. That's actually running amok. And I think we're going to double speed this. Triple speed this. Triple speed it. Those archers are firing versus the Civ chariots. And that was probably not a waste of arrows, but it stops those chariots running through the ranks. The left hand side of Iraklis, or the right hand side rather, a little bit exposed. Those chariot archers were actually resting there. They're going to go for some shots in versus the Seleucid archers. Like I was saying at the start, the legionnaires were tired, were winded. They've been rested, now they're actually fresh. So keep this on triple speed. Play it right here. It's the archer war started between both players. Moving forward, the peasants right there, they're down to 39. They've absorbed a lot of enemy fire. Moving back, the bronze shields. That might give Iraklis the opportunity to use the light cavalry versus the archers. Again, his own, or Aragon's, Pontus light cavalry on the right hand side. He's going to get some charges in there versus the enemy archers. He's going to route that unit of archers right there. Moving forward, the bronze shields. And that was a good play there by Aragon. Actually routed that unit of archers. And left hand side, looks like there was a charge with the Jav cav, which was caught by the... Looks like the Civ chariots went in there. So his own chariot archers are actually fairly tired now, they're actually exhausted. Charge here from the Jav cav. And And there's a unit of 5 chariots. Gone in there versus the archers. They're actually routing, but they've done a lot of damage to the archers, and they've done some damage to the... I think there's a unit of chariots there as well. It's Aragon's Pontus cavalry getting chased down by the chariots. And can Aragon actually escape here? He could have actually escaped right there. I think he actually mismicroed. They're going to get caught by the chariots. Probably going to rout there. That's the legionnaires and the silver shield pike pushing through. Trying to get that last unit of archers. And that's a unit of chariot archers. They're actually exhausted. They will be charged by the 5 chariots. Most likely going to run amok. Or rout rather. However, they're holding it pretty well. They're exhausted. And Aragon's putting another unit of 5 chariots. There was a charge from the Seleucid 5 chariots right there against the chariot archers. They were actually able to pull back and make the chariots run amok. So it still appears to be sort of 50-50. Iraklis still has all of his legionnaires and his pike. So 1 versus 1, that could be... I reckon that might be a bit 50-50 or in favour, slightly in favour of Iraklis. Iraklis still has his archers. Aragon still has the 2 units of chariot archers. They're actually exhausted. And 1, 2, 3, 4 units of regular archers. Still got a unit of Pontus as well. So I'd probably say at this stage Aragon has the advantage. Iraklis still has 2 units of Javcav, but no chariots. We're going to put this on triple speed here. Iraklis is pushing forward with the melee troops. And here's a charge here from those units of 5 chariots against those archers. And they've basically instantly ran amok. They were being flamed, but I'm assuming they lost a lot of their hit points from before. So the advantage definitely lies with Aragon at this time. Might want to rest his chariot archers. He still has the 4 units of archers. Doesn't want to waste the Javcav and the virtually full strength units of bronze shields. So Iraklis has moved round his unit of Javcav. They've actually thrown some javelins, but they were being shot by the chariot archers, and they're going to rout probably off the field now. A fairly close battle. There's the other unit of 5 chariots, they're running amok. And we're going to keep this on double speed. So the peasants are in a 4 position. They've actually absorbed quite a lot of enemy fire in this battle. Check out the Archer War. Let's play it here. So it's 1, 2, 3 archers, and they're actually 11, 20, and 13. Aragon definitely has more archers. The legionnaires are going to throw in some javelins. That was a good play there with Aragon. He actually kept a unit of archers in. He took skirmish mode off to absorb the Pila. And throughout all that, Aragon used the chariot archers to rout the Javcav for the... It was actually the archers for Seleucid Empire. So he pulled around the chariot archers, got the kills on the Seleucid archers, and he's going to pull back at his own archers. He's going to have to watch the units of Javcav. There's like 1, 2 there. You could actually rest the side chariots. It's a fairly close battle. Aragon has the advantage. I think having the 2 units of side chariots, or 2 units of chariot archers, they're getting some really good shots in there versus the backs of the legionnaires. It's the combination of the pike and especially the chariot archers. Plus, I'm sure he has a unit of Pontus light cavalry somewhere as well. It's right there. And throughout all this, the archers are getting shots in there versus the Seleucid pike and legionnaires. The archers are getting some good shots in as well. It's going to be quite hard for Iraklis to actually pull this back. Check out what's happening on the left hand side. Those chariots are getting quite close to the Javcav. They are far faster. They actually were in a bit of danger. They've actually been able to run away. They've got a better speed advantage. Aragon's going to try and get a couple of shots in there if he can. He might just be able to get 1 volley in. They've actually lined up there. They're not going to fire in there. They're actually slightly out of range. But he's moved over his own Pontus light cavalry. They're 11, 22. And again, just having all these archers round about. The chariot archers. They'll have a ton of arrows left. And we're going to speed this up. Aragon's going to have to watch that these 5 chariots, they're actually exhausted. They're down to 7, which means they've actually lost some hit points. They could potentially run amok, so you could actually leave these 5 chariots, put them in, or keep them in tight formation and rest them, which decreases the chance to run amok. Iraklis is going to target the Pontic archers that are vulnerable on the left hand side. There's a unit that's right there, they're very tired. If they actually just touch the Javcav, they'll probably just instantly rout. That's the unit of 5 chariots right there. We're going to keep this on triple speed. Again, a lot of these archers have tons of arrows left. So do the chariot archers. So I think both players are really just resting their troops. Iraklis, his Javcav is exhausted. His legionnaires, they're not too bad. They're actually... I think they're all fresh actually. It's just really the Javcav that's tired. Aragon wants to really rest the chariot archers. Probably a little bit unfortunate for Aragon right there. He moved forward his chariots, the chariot archers, but because they were actually down to 2 chariots or 6 men in front of the whole army, they actually routed. They might come back from routing. It might be better for Aragon just to leave these troops at the back, use them at the end when he decreases the numbers of Seleucid troops. Let's increase the speed here. Again, like I was saying at the start, this is quite a long battle. This is probably about just over halfway. Again, quite an important set of CWB matches. Again, the score was 3-1 in favour of the Greek side. The score between Madgeh and GREEK-IRAKLIS is actually 1-0. And then the 31k battles, the Greek side won them quite decisively. So it's important for Aragon to actually win this match, which means he has a shot at actually tying the round. So if he wins this match, wins the next match, the score will actually be tied between the Greek side and the HoS side, which forces a deciding battle and potentially could give a win for the HoS side. So Iraklis is moving forward his legionnaires, moving forward his Javcav. He hasn't actually fully rested these Javcav, and that's the other unit of 5 chariots. So Iraklis is wanting to take out that unit of archers. These archers are exhausted. And again, because the archers are exhausted, they're actually down to 17 in number. It's quite hard for Iraklis. He wants to really chase and catch these archers, but he doesn't want to waste his Javcav. So he's got to time it just right so that they rout, like there. He doesn't get caught by the light cav or the chariots. So if Iraklis actually kills more of these archers, they're probably right off the field. They're down to 11, 10, 9. They're down to what, 7 now. So really strong possibility these archers will right off the field. But again, he doesn't want to waste the Javcav right there. I think we're going to keep it on triple speed. Good play there by Iraklis. Managed to rout that archer. And I think they're going off the field. Again, that's the unit of 5 chariots right there. A little bit dangerous by Aragon. It says here distraught over enemy numbers. Wants to really keep these 5 chariots back. It won't take too much to make these guys run amok. If they get too tired, or if their morale goes too low. Probably best keep these guys at the back. Try and get some shots in with the chariot archers if possible. And he still has the 11 on the Pontus light cav and all the archers. So some of the bronze shields have actually taken a bit of damage. One's down to 32, 56, 45, 58, 58 on the general one. Still got the archers, 1, 2, 3. Still got 3 units of archers, and obviously they'll have a lot of arrows left as well, and the 2 units of chariot archers. So speed this up. Iraklis is just really resting his legionnaires. But again, it comes down to the fact that the legionnaires are only 3 upgrades. So a lot of players actually make the legionnaires go gold, because it's one of the advantages Seleucid Empire gets versus the pike. If they go in, do a lot of damage, they can actually rout the pike fairly easily, but they'll only go attack probably. So a good use of the chariots from the back to hammer and anvil will do a lot of damage, but then he does have that unit of silver shield pikemen as well. Good play here by Iraklis. He's going to target the other unit of archers. And these Pontic chariot archers, I'm sure they're going to have arrows left. Are they firing? Don't think they're actually firing. But moving them over, trying to defend the archers. Aragon's moved over his 2 units of regular archers to get shots in at the backs. So the Silver Shield pikemen, they're down to 50. I think the bulk of Legionnaires are actually almost full strength. We're going to keep on triple speed. 39, 41, 39, 37. So most of the Legionnaires are actually full strength. And again, Iraklis really just wants to take out the archers. Because even though these guys are like down to 29, 21, they have a lot of arrows left. Because when an archer dies in Rome Total War, they don't lose, the unit doesn't lose all the arrows, it actually transfers to the unit. So they still retain all the arrows. So these guys have a lot of arrows left. Slight engagement between the Javcav and the Scythe Chariots. Almost routed the Javcav. But he's really trying to save these units of archers. It says wavering, they're very tired. Just a question of, can Iraklis rout these units? And it says broken. Probably use the Javcav just to follow up that attack, make sure they're out of the field. Will Aragon withdraw the unit of chariots? So good play here by Iraklis, really getting the kills on the archers. They're down to 4. They'll probably rout off the field now. But he's going to get caught probably by the chariots. And he just manages to save the Javcav. So that was exceedingly well played by Iraklis right there. Almost lost the Javcav, managed to pull them back. And really pulling it back here. There's only 2 units of archers left for Aragon. They're both exhausted. However, he doesn't have that much cavalry left. He's only got 1 unit of Javcav. They're actually down to 10, so they're a little bit depleted now. Speed this up. So it says here winded. The chariot archers are exhausted. And again, Iraklis will be resting his legionnaires. I wonder if the chariot archers have arrows left. Can't really tell from this position. They might have used up all their arrows because they are actually 24. Let's check out the one that's actually 2. So they have arrows left. So basically that unit has ran out of arrows, but because those chariot archers are down to 6 men, they've got tons of arrows left. There's basically a trade-off here. Iraklis is going to rest his legionnaires. Aragon doesn't have enough time to rest his archers. These guys are very tired, very tired. The bronze shields are fresh. Iraklis is going to push on that unit of archers right there. So not really much Aragon can do. He just has to pull back his pike and try and get any shots that he can versus the enemy infantry. He's pulled over his units, 2 units of chariot archers to the right hand side. Like I already said, one has run out of arrows, one has tons of arrows. They'll be getting some really good shots in there versus the backs of the legionnaires. See some shots going in there right there against that unit of legionnaires. It says frightened by chariots. And again, good play here by Iraklis. He's going to target that unit of archers. So possibility for an attack against those archers. They've gone in for some flaming shots versus the Javcav. And these archers are actually slightly out of range of the Seleucid troops. Let's speed this up again. Keep it on double speed. So Iraklis is moving forward his legionnaires and his pike. He's trying to catch that unit of Pontic archers. Aragon's going to pull back his bronze shields. Let's play it here. There's a good volley in there using the flaming arrows. Couple of kills on the Javcav right there. I think Iraklis is just out of range of a charge here. Aragon's pulled over a unit of chariots, or chariot archers. Again, keeping the bronze shields quite close to the backs of the Seleucid legionnaires, and that's a good play there by Iraklis. He's actually caught that unit of archers, and that's actually quite a good play by Aragon. He's actually gone straight in there for the charge versus against the legionnaires. He's not given Iraklis time to throw much pila. A volley of pila has gone in there against the bronze shields. And Aragon's been caught by the Javcav right there. He's probably going to rout that unit off the field actually. They're quite close to the red line. It's a lot closer now, the battle. Really well played to Iraklis, being able to catch all those archers. Again, the strategy is really well paying off now using the legionnaires and the pike. So let's double speed it again. Still got one unit of archers left. They are down to 17 and they're exhausted. Warmed up, winded. And still got the 2 units, or the 2 chariots right there. They'll have a ton of arrows left. And even if Aragon loses that unit of archers, he's still getting some really good shots in there with the chariot archers. That's the general right there. Both sets of infantry says actually eager on the stats. The Seleucid are frightened by the chariots. Check out the chariot archers again. There's a couple of good volleys in there against the legionnaires. And that's the archers for Pontus actually routing. So Aragon actually charged in the Pontolite cavalry. Tried to get the rout on the militia cavalry. I think he's actually destroyed that unit of militia cavalry. Sent in the legionnaires, and he's actually destroyed the militia cavalry. It's like the pipe battles happen between the bronze shields and Seleucid Empire. He's got his legionnaires in Testudo. He's done a lot of damage to the centre of Aragon. But since your victory seems certain, it's going to be a... It looks kind of 50-50 in the centre. He's got more troops coming over on the left hand side, pulling around the side chariots to the rear of Seleucid Empire. I think Aragon really needs a good charge in there against the rear of the pike. So Iraklis is winning in the centre. He's got his unit of Silver Shield pikemen. However, I think Iraklis probably needs a fast victory here. These archers doing a lot of damage with the flaming arrows against the morale. So here we have the hammer and anvil. Might have to watch those flaming arrows, doesn't right his own troops. The Seleucid general's actually broken. He's running off the field. That's going to be a win for Aragon. So well played to both players. It was a very tight battle. So that means the score now is 3-2 in favour of the Greek side. The HoS side have actually pulled a battle back. There's going to be one battle left. That'll be the next battle. And again, like I was saying at the start, Aragon has to win that battle to tie the score to 3-all. And then, if that does happen, it'll be a deciding battle, a 7th battle. So stay tuned for that. Hope you've enjoyed this battle replay. Again, well played to both players, well played to Iraklis at the end. Thought he did really well to catch those archers, and well played to Aragon. Hope you've enjoyed the battle replay. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. This is Piper signing off.